Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Alvin here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome back. Anyway, this video is for those that actually want to, increase their income. And as for me, who actually lived paycheck to paycheck, had no money in my bank account in my 30s, in my 20s, I was spending all my money while I got my money from salary, And now, for context, I'm 40 this year, going to 41 in 2025. I don't have a full-time job. I actually have a few side incomes. And for this, I believe that you have to do this in accordance to their order to make it work, to increase income basically. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The very first thing that you should do is to sell your stuff. Sell your things. Those that are, bring you joy, Marie Kondo them, you don't need to give it away. You can try selling them. And if it doesn't bite, then you maybe can give it away. If you have shoes, you have clothes, you have toys, figurines like me. If you have tools, like any type of tools, baking tools for the ladies, you got bags, you got watches, clothes, like I mentioned clothes, anything and everything. If you have stuff that's in your storeroom, in your wardrobe, that you're not using for God knows how long, sell them. Sell them. And if it doesn't work, then yeah, you can just give it away, I guess. Try cash converters. Cash converters is a place that you can sell your stuff. They may pay peanuts, but it is still money. That's the thing. People think that cash converters is lowballing you. They don't pay what you have. I urge you, the stuff that you bought, you already enjoyed it. That's the mindset I will urge you to have. You already enjoyed it, you already used it, you already have, made the purchase and it's already used up. It's a depreciating asset. Anyway, things that are bought do not go up in value most of the time anyway. So I urge you, sell them. Then get back the space. And for the second point, which will be from the first point when you sell stuff, is you realize that you don't need to spend that much money anyway. So spending less. Spending less could be difficult for a person who don't really know how to do it. Like for myself, I couldn't figure out how to spend less. So I started selling down my stuff. When I sell my stuff, I realized that I don't need to buy so much stuff. Everybody has a kryptonite. When I say kryptonite, is like Superman who has some weakness when they buy into things. It could be food. It could be clothes. It could be handbags. It could be anything and everything that brings you joy. But that joy is short-lived. Why? Because every time you buy that thing, you want the urge to buy another thing. That's why you keep buying things. And that's why you keep spending on stuff. So my take to you is, have a budget. When you spend less, and if you don't know how to spend less, is to budget. Budget out. That's why in my videos of the past, I would urge everyone to look at your credit card spend. Everybody who's a working adult generally have credit cards. And you're not looking at your spend. That's a given. You're not looking at your spend. And if you don't have a credit card, you definitely have a debit card. And the debit card also gives you a statement anyway. So don't give me that thought that you don't have a statement, okay? So look at your statement and figure out where you are spending the most. And then figure out how to spend less. I believe you don't need to drink like 3 or 4 coffees a day. I don't think so. I don't stop drinking Red Bull. But I put it to myself that I won't drink after 12. That's a fact. Anything that I drink, sugar related, I will try and drink it before 12 p.m. That's how you put yourself on the front foot to spend less. Ice cream, bubble tea, I don't know what you are spending. Like I say, it's your kryptonite, your weakness. You have to figure that out. But spending less helps. I've spent so much less on my figurines because I don't think I need a lot of the same figure anyway. So that's the thing. You figure out the spending less portion while looking at your credit card spend, budget it out, have the fun money, have a fixed way of spending that amount, that fixed amount, and you would be amazed by how much you can actually save while you spend less. Which brings me to my third point. Once you've done, selling your stuff, once you've done spending less, and then you realize that I still need to earn more money or increase my income for whatever reason. It can be anything. It's something that humans, I believe, as you age, you kind of want to improve on yourself. And if you're not for you or bad for you, I don't know who you are, but for a person who is working, who is a salaried worker, and if you're thinking of climbing the corporate ladder, possibly upskilling helps, because even to now, 20 years, 30 years of me existing on this planet Earth, everybody, when you go and interview, they still look at your skill set. What do you learn in your university? And as with an evolving landscape in the industry now into the AI boom, sadly, you do need to upskill a bit. Your skill set is irrelevant, 5 years ago. So I urge you, if you are planning to go up the corporate ladder or even maintaining that position somehow, upskill. I'm not the person to talk about it, but from my wife's point of view, who is working a 9 to 5, the company has given her some upskilling places to go and learn more things, so that she can be up to date to what the industry wants. And for yourself, if you want to put money to ways to further improve yourself, go ahead. That's a given. In this day and age, it's still relevant that you should probably upskill. And if, let's say, your job is not for one to upskill, like myself, because, again, for context, I'm doing a few side incomes, and those side incomes don't necessarily need to upskill. Maybe you should learn to do more on the computer or not, but for me, because it's mostly manual work somehow, then maybe look for side hustles. I know side hustles may not be one for you, be like, oh, I don't have the time for it. Oh, I don't have the need for it because I'm already so tired with my 9 to 5. Let's put it this way. My side hustles, my side incomes are actually born out of the fact that I have interest in them. My eBay reselling, which is one of my side incomes, I love collecting figurines. I love collecting collectibles. And that's where I was venturing into buying into more from other countries. And the way to buy from other country, collectibles is eBay. And that's where I realized how to sell on eBay. You get my drift? So for my wife, who loves to bake, she loves baking on her free time. She hardly bakes right now, but she knows how to bake, her cheesecake and everything. And she also found that when she started, giving people her cheesecake to enjoy, people started asking to ask her to bake for the family. So she started selling her cheesecake to people. You can monetize your hobby. That's where I'm getting at. You can monetize your hobby. And for those that actually don't have hobbies, for whatever reason, I urge you, go and try something. Go and do something. It could be content creation, just talking to the camera, like me talking on this camera, talking to this microphone. It's something that you can try. And if it does not work, you can always move along to another item, either, hobby, or try a hobby, try something, it's something that a side hustle works. And if you really don't have an idea how to do it, what you can do, use your existing tools. Like, for instance, if you have a car, for whatever reason, if you have a car on the weekends, go and drive for Lalamove, go and drive for Grab. Do it. Just do it. See if it works. And it's an immediate amount of money coming back to you anyway. Like for instance, content creation, you may not see any money. You might think that it's not worth your while because it's doing a lot of work for nothing. But for Grab, for Lalamove, at least you got instant money out of it while you're, chauffeuring people or grabbing their food from one restaurant to the doorstep. It's something that there's monetary value in it. And if it works, good for you. If it doesn't, you can always move along to another, side hustle, I guess. So try it. Don't dismiss it. That's my fourth take on it. And the fifth one, once you get sell your stuff, you're spending less, you're upskilling, having more money because you're upskilling already and you're already going up the corporate ladder. And of course, side hustles, which again have money, start investing. I don't care how you do it. I learned it the hard way. I did not invest back in my day. I wish I could have done it earlier. Start investing. I don't want you to do it wholesale. I do not want you to leverage to invest. No. I want you to do it, dabble a little bit into the investment part of it, get your feet wet, learn it. And on a side note, one of my side incomes is also trading. Learn trading. Did not necessarily trade to earn money, but because of the macro part of it, you will understand why the market moves so volatile, why it goes up, why it goes down. Trading is a totality on its own. It kind of works in tandem with investing. Some people don't realize it, but I realized it, so that's the thing. When it comes to upskilling, it can also mean that you can learn stuff on the fly, learn stuff that can be helpful in your existing, hobby, existing workload, existing things that you may not realize. So, like for instance, eBay reselling, investing, my pick and pack work, what else is there? Trading, and YouTube. All these work in tandem. You may not realize it, but they work in tandem. Why? Because eBay reselling, back in the day, I was selling my stuff while everybody was spending money. They had money. So the boom from the COVID time when the market crashed all the way up the V-shaped recovery, I was riding the boom, so I was selling my stuff. Now, to sell your stuff is difficult because everybody is strapped for cash. Everybody's worried for the job market. And then that's why, everybody is putting their money into the stock market. That's why it's an all-time high. It kind of works somehow. I don't know how to get it to you. It's for me to learn so much throughout my journey as someone who is doing YouTube, also learning the trade of how YouTube works. Like right now, I keep talking about jobs. Not that I'm a doom and gloom YouTuber. I'm not. But the reality is, this day and age, as the companies, they themselves, they talk about laying off people. Even though they haven't started it, they already started telling you that they're going to lay off people, which is a sad truth. I urge you, these 5 would help you to increase your income, regardless of whether you have a job or don't have a job. That's a given. So start investing. I dollar cost average into the S&P 500. I do not really pick stocks. And if I do, I buy them hopefully at their lows. And if they keep falling, I will dollar cost average down if my conviction is correct. And eventually, it should be better down the road, because I previously, back in the day, I like to time the market. I don't anymore. You should put time into the market rather than timing the market. And for me, dollar cost averaging, why? Because, like I mentioned earlier, to keep your feet wet, put money into it that you can afford to lose. That's the thing. Don't put all your money into a certain stock. That does not work. The get rich quick scheme does not work. Investing is not like that. You should have a portion of some percentage of money investing, some them saving them, in an emergency fund, in a high yield savings account and everything. Like I said, you have to budget, you have to save, and then you have to invest. Okay? So the bonus one, the bonus one is, if you're stuck, so long, is to do less or even do nothing actually. Yeah, my last pointer, which is the bonus one, is to do nothing. Doing nothing when you have money actually works. Nobody talks about that. And for me to experience it firsthand, that if you have money, if you already park them in a high yield savings account, you have not spending, you spend less or even not spending at all, and then the interest rate, relatively speaking, is still quite high. You still earn money out of the money that you park with your bonds, your REITs, your stocks that give you dividends. Those interests compounds somehow. So doing less is actually doing more. Correct? I mean, those that actually do it, you can comment down below. Those have don't understand it, try it. Get your feet wet, do it. And you'll be amazed by how that much or that little or doing nothing actually works. Doing nothing means that same $1,000 that you have somewhere, doing nothing, in this day and age, some more, you earn you some money somehow. And if you keep spending, like, you don't do the first few points that I mentioned, generally speaking, you will find yourself not having enough income in the first place. So these are my 5 or 6 pointers, and as an average, worker, telling you to possibly look into it. Comment down below if you have done it before, and if you don't believe in it, you can also comment down below. This is my point of matter, and thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone. I'll see you around. Bye bye.